Like, again, every...
Assassin, I guess, is the word that you say.
Every fucking Sonic cartoon gave Eggman, like, 2 robot henchmen, like, minions. Scratch and Grounder, the gold and silver one from Sonic X. I guess that's kind of it.
But, you know.
This time I can't lose.
And then in front of there, like, yeah, Orbot and Cubot, boom. There you go. You don't have to make them up anymore. Make a new Sonic cartoon and just use Orbot and Cubot. Discussion over. Make a new Sonic cartoon. Bam! Nailed that bitch. Give her a titty. Anyway. Fucking love this song, by the way. Rooftop Run. It's the best level in Sonic Unleashed. It's so fucking good. Come on, Tails. Come on.
Hey, who needs their bacon saved?
Excuse me.
Ow! I do not want to repeat that.
I also like the explanation that the cars they're driving are being provided to them by Dundon. Because, like, they all... Like, not all of them, but Tails has a car. Like, he's driven the Tornado as a car before.
Even though he's 8. It's fine.
It's fine because he has a pilot's license.
Excuse me? Wow, he's an 11th, however.
Pilot's license. Thank you.
Thank you.
There we go. What do you think that means? Also Rands.
Dear Amir Rand. Sorry, just think
Oh.
Amir is short for Amir Rand.
It retains. Oh shit, that makes it. Oh, Shadow, what the fuck? Fuck you. Fucking bitch. Guess what, bitch? And Sonic, whoop, had a car in Sega All-Star Racing, which is different from the car he has in this, I think. And Shadow, A, would either drive gun Humvees or has a motorcycle, and would drive his motorcycle. But they just gave him a car. He's a core. I mean, if you're gonna, like, fucking Mario Kart now has motorcycles, just give Shadow his Harley, and give me fan art of Shadow wearing a motorcycle jacket. Scratch that, give me fan art of Shadow wearing Claire Redfield's motorcycle jacket. Fucking shit. Those are the 2 things that I want.
Get the message?
Do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
I also agree with my own... I agree with your agreement.
That's 3 who agree.
Excuse me. I fucked you up. Ha ha ha. Come on, guys. Keep on running. I think a lot of the songs in Sonic Unleashed just use the motif from Endless Possibility, it sounds like. So it's easy to just sing along, to just add Endless Possibility lyrics. I don't know quite how the drifting works in this game, because in Mario Kart, it's like you gotta like go all the way off and then like jam it.
Jump and then skid.
You have to kind of like jump into it like that. It doesn't quite feel like it works that way in this game, but it's hard to like get a handle on it. Oh, right, Grand Pix.
Not even pricks. Pix.
Grand Pix. Pixels. No. I want to do another playthrough of Sonic Forces. Being able to, like, talk about it, like the way I did with the other games, instead of, like, just a blind playthrough. So I don't know, like, how much I want to talk about from Sonic Forces that I should, like, wait until I'm actually playing Sonic Forces, you know? But, since we're talking about people pissing me off,
We always
as we often do, fucking shit. That was another piggybacking off of my discussion about, like, fuck characterization. Fucking people, like, talk shit about the way Sonic was, Tails was characterized in Sonic Forces, and it's like, people are just stupid. I hate you. Why are you like this? Oh, you scumbags. Oh, look at all this. That's even happened. Because, like, I'm the first person to be like, fuck you, Tails. Oh, no. Tails isn't the fucking sidekick anymore. He's his own independent, like, character slash, like, hero dude now. So, like, stop, like, just throwing him in the weak little sidekick needs to be saved and is always, like, following Sonic around at his heels thing, right? But people then take that and then look at Sonic Forces and go like, oh, it's bad, because in it, Tails is going like, oh, Sonic, help me! I'm like, yeah, if you take that one moment completely divorced of any fucking context whatsoever, yeah, it looks bad. But here's where you fucked up, is that moment makes complete fucking sense within the context of the story, you goddamn animals! Fucking Tails literally watched Sonic die, being beaten to death, as Sonic was yelling, "Help me, Tails! Help me, I need your help, I'm dying, literally do something to help me." And Tails failed and let him down, and fucking Sonic died right in front of his own eyes. You don't think that's gonna fuck a dude up? You don't think someone is gonna have a little bit of a regression due to trauma? You don't think that's within the cards? Like, what were you fucking expecting? I mean, they're the same people who are like, oh, I saw a leak about Sonic Wars and Tails dies in it. Fucking idiots. He's literally, like, in a state of clinical fucking depression during that game. Like, actually fucking, like, I can, like, make a compilation of, like, look at how oh no. Look how fucking blue shell. Actually, no, that's just straight up the lightning from Mario Kart.
Yep.
But, like, wow, Tails is actually really fucked up. And, like, the first thing we, like, compare Tails in fucking Lost World, where he's like, oh yeah, I can make a sandwich with paper clips or whatever. Bam. Compared to the first time we see Tails after Sonic fucking dies in Forces, where he's trying to fix Omega and going, oh, I can't do it. Let you down. Sorry, friend. I guess I'm worthless and can't do anything. I'm sorry I wasn't smart enough, are the literal words of dialogue that he had. And it's like, yeah!
Oh my gosh.
And it's like, wow, sounds like he's dealing with some shit, maybe?
For snaps.
For snaps? Damn. And his whole story in that game is even more of an extent, because, like, it's okay for characters to regress after bad things happen. Like, that happens in real life. People go into a state of, like, not arrested development, but, like, regression, I guess, is actually, like, the term psychologically for it, where, like, after something fucked up happens, they gotta, like, go back to a previous stage of psychological development where they can feel safe. And that's literally what happened to Tails, is he's literally going back a stage in his psychological development due to trauma. But his story in fucking Sonic Forces is, about, like, kind of overcoming that. He doesn't do it totally at the by the end, but it still necessitates a further point of development for him, because ever since Sonic Adventure 2, Tails' storyline has been stagnant. which is fine because he finished. He finished his story, right? Like,
It's over. There's no more story after the credits.
in fiction, like, a character can just be like, and you're done. Character development achieved, right? That's fine in fiction. But the point still being, like, that's just been his character, like, Jesus Christ. That cutscene at the end of Sonic Adventure 2 where he's like, for the first time in my life, for the first time, Sonic asked me to do something for him. I won't let him down. I won't give up. Has been, like Tails' character for a while now. Like, it hasn't progressed past that point. And I mean, to be fair, fucking Sonic hasn't had any any character development at all throughout the entire fucking series. He doesn't need.
Yeah.
Knuckles has arguably had character development off screen, if you want to, like, really dig into it, which I do. Shadow just stole the series for a while there. But Tails has just been stuck. So, Sonic Forces actually, like, gives him a little bit more. Where now Tails is the one who has a sidekick. In that game, classic Sonic is Tails' sidekick. Like, all of the cutscenes are, hey, Tails being like, I'm gonna go do the thing, and I'm bringing classic Sonic with me. Like, the gameplay just shows classic Sonic doing the thing, because that's... fuck you. Because that's how the gameplay do, but the story is Tails is leading, like, the mission, and classic Sonic is there to back him up. Shabams! That part is just crazy. Oh, no. That's upsetting.
No.
You just fucking stopped dead for way too fucking long. There we go. I'm gonna fuck all of you up. Oh, Shadow. It's so sad that you thought you could have lived. So, like, in his story, he regresses to a point where then he can go even further, where he's, like, taking a younger version of Sonic and being like, now Tails is like the older brother figure for a younger version of Sonic. And it's like, oh, that's really interesting!
Anyone? Can I be of assistance?
Hey, who needs their bacon saved?
Love some bacon, man.
I was remembering a comic where it's like, I'm sorry you lost your imaginary friend, Tails. Charming, he wasn't fucking imaginary. He was right there. Everyone saw him. And I always love that final cutscene where it's like, goodbye, Sonic. And Sonic's standing there. Goodbye, classic Sonic. I'm right fucking here. We'll see him again one day.
I'm here.
You're here.
I'm here.
It's like, just fucking, again, like, people just, like, looking at a screenshot of something and being like, he's doing like, Sonic, help me. And it's like, you're not looking at what is happening on the screen.
Yeah.
It makes me upset.
Milks me.
Like, he's literally going like, the world needs a Sonic. Fate has given me a second chance. And it's like, Jesus Christ! There's a lot of fucked up implications to, like, this, like, weird fucking, like, coping mechanism that he's going through here and shit like that. Knuckles, give me your item.
Turtles. Turtles, the perks. Assaulted by a
Yeah. Like, I don't know what... Tails my favorite. He's just a whittle. He is a percher. People won't respect him. People talk shit, and they're about to get hit. They just talk shit, and they don't even know. They don't even know that he is, in fact, a Tails.
A percher.
He is, in fact... Oh, no! He is, in fact, a Miles. Miles. Ivo. This Excuse me. No! Shadow! You're my nemesis! No! Yes, give it to me. Fuck you! Yeah! Why did you guys have to fuck it up for me?
My name is 138.
Great job, idiots.
12.
I guess that would be nice. Spyro Reignited-esque
Sonic.
thing for Sonic Adventure. But they wouldn't, because part of like, Sonic Adventure's identity is the gameplay in that game is fucked up. You can't remake it and retain what makes it special. Part of what makes that game special is how fucked the gameplay is. Where you can literally just walk up a wall, just a flat fucking surface, and constantly fall out of world and shit.
Yeah, just like any game, period, but especially any game from that era, taking the glitches and bugs out,
Yeah.
is removing the fun.
It's
of
a
the experience.
feature. That's like, again, it always goes back to my thing of like, you're posting a video of a glitch and going like, oh, look at how bad it is.
Yeah.
That's part of the fun.
Yeah.
You can't just go, look, a glitch exists, therefore bad.
I mean,
Again, they're not explaining why the glitches are supposedly
The
bad.
game is a computer program made by a bunch of humans in a very short time period. There just are glitches and bugs in it.
There's
That's just
never
how it goes.
not going to be
Yeah,
glitches.
You're never gonna have a game that has
Ever.
no bugs or no glitches.
Sometimes bugs and glitches are the solutions to
Yeah.
bigger problems.
Yeah. To do this glitch, first you have to do this other thing.
Yeah.
Once you've done that,
I call this glitch out glitch, and to do this glitch, you need to do 5 requisite other glitches with
we just
frame
assume you
perfect
know how to do
inputs. like again, it's the same argument of like, oh, Green Hill Zone or my wisps or whatever. Like, you're just saying these things as if they're criticisms and not explaining why it's supposedly bad.
The best example always for that is Super Mario 64. That game, notoriously, nobody knew what the fuck they were doing when they made that game. So there are
They were
glitches
literally trailblazing.
all over the that fucking game is more glitches than gameplay. But that was always from the beginning, even when I was
it's
a
like
kid,
finding
that
the
was a
secret
part of that game.
It's
was
it's
the glitches.
literally, it's not a
Because
bug, it's a feature.
That
As
lets you-
intended.
that lets you in on the game making process. As a kid, it was so cool to look behind the scenes and see like, oh, this was just a game that was made by a bunch of dudes in an office in Japan. Like, it's not like magic or it's not this and that. It's like the age when you realize, oh, this cartoon is a bunch of professional actors sitting in a studio in front of microphones. That's so cool, especially as a kid who liked to make movies and who liked to make things.
Yeah, for people like... I will acquiesce to the fact that not everyone is like that.
Yeah.
For some people, knowing how the sausage is made
That's
does
so
take the magic away. I think it's dumb.
fucking stupid.
To me, knowing how the sausage is made makes me enjoy the sausage more.
Yeah. Well,
I know
You
it's
won't like
not...
Polish
I know,
food.
literally speaking,
Yeah.
it's not a good example. But figuratively speaking...
yeah, I mean, it's the insane clown posse thing of like...
Fucking
if you
magnets,
explain
how do they
some- Yeah,
work?
exactly. If you explain something, it takes away the magic. If you're a fucking retard, if you're a dog,
Yeah.
it does. But
Carl Sagan, knowing why a sunset exists doesn't make it
that's-
less
yeah,
beautiful.
only if you're a fucking idiot. If that takes away from the beauty of something, you're retarded. That is a wrong way.
That
to
is
look at the fucking
incorrect.
world. Yeah, and it's just such a sign of such low intelligence that, what am I jingle my keys and you're like, yay, you know, you're so fucking basic. You're a basic bitch.
You're literally a basic
You are
bitch.
a basic bitch. You're like a little kid. Your brain has not developed. That is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. No, knowledge is always power. Knowing how something is put together always enhances how beautiful the thing is. That's some...
Yeah,
Ah,
so
fucking magnet.
it's the same thing where it's like, again, you're just going like, hey, look, like with glitches, I theoretically, like for the sake of argument, you can accept the notion that like, as far as like the general awareness is concerned, glitches, traditionally speaking, are considered negative things
Yeah.
to experience. But again, you're not explaining why the fact this glitch happened is a bad thing.
As long as
you're just posting a fucking clip of a glitch.
Yeah, most of the time, as long as it doesn't break the game, or as long as it doesn't corrupt your save data.
Yeah, as long as there are no negative, like, you like the fucking game crash, that's a bad, like, yes.
Yeah.
It made it so that you could no longer play the game.
Yeah.
That is a bad glitch. Like, sometimes it can be funny.
Yeah, sometimes that was the whole point behind the dark rooms in Super Mario 64. I always go back to that because that was when I was a kid. I always saw the glitches as part of the game. Sometimes you would spend just as much time trying to get certain things to break as you did like actually play the fucking game.
And there's always that quote from Shigeru Miyamoto where he says, like, I mean, it doesn't break the game or anything, it's sort of like a secret.
Yeah, exactly. If you know, just like the darkroom
like,
things.
it's in the game, whether or not it was intentional on the part of the developers is irrelevant, it's still just as... Where the fuck did Metal Sonic come from? Whether or not it was in there on purpose, it's still just as much a part of the game as the...
I don't like that mean robot.
You can't just throw characters in.
Tin can.
You can't just throw them in.
Actually, he's slightly more dangerous.
Are we going to talk about the fact that Metal Sonic wasn't in Sonic Forces? Please have dialogue with Metal Sonic. Interactions between Sonic and Metal Sonic are, like, surprisingly whole,some.
I was gonna say...
There's a phone game.
The dark... the dark room...
Yes, continue.
The certain glitch... There are a couple dark rooms in Super Mario 64, but the one that everyone knows that's in front of the castle, that's just as, like, you can accidentally get behind a space that you're not supposed to get into. It's a total game-breaking thing. You can't get out of it. Well, some of them you can, but some of them you can't. You just have to reset the game. But I was fascinated. I didn't understand why it happened as a kid. I understand now. But, like, I was utterly fucking fascinated by that. That was so much a part of that game. And when I think back to that game, honestly, most of the time I think of the glitch.
Get ready for this to be loud as fuck.
Oh, yeah. I think this is a bug, speaking of...
Yeah, audio-wise, I think the mixing is really fucked up.
It's weird.
Specifically when you get this.
Yes, that is loud as god.
That is really loud. It feels like an accident.
Yeah.
It doesn't... Because, like, these...
Yeah.
Normal.
It feels like someone put a
Normal.
plus instead of a negative or something.
Normal. But you get, like, a legendary... You get a legendary one, and it... Like, you hear clipping.
Yeah, it's abnormal.
But again, like, that's always my thing, is... You need to define your terms.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's a glitch. Okay? And, well, that means it's bad. Why?
Yeah.
Why is it bad? Explain why the glitch you are showing me is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Explain how it detracts from the experience of the game. Explain how it makes the game worse that it is in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, if you listen to that, it's way too loud and there's clipping. It sounds like a mistake in the mixing.
A positive integer as opposed to a negative one.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that, you need to define your terms. In any debate, you need to explain, these are the terms I'm going to use, here's what they mean, here's what I mean when I say it. That's another thing when it comes to Sonic Forces. People go like, Sonic Forces is not a perfect game.
Yeah.
None of the... None of the Sonic games are perfect, and half of my playthroughs were spent talking about their flaws. Yeah. But the foundation of my fucking, obsession with, the Sonic double standard has always been, people are just making shit up to complain about.
It's like the Star Wars thing.
Like,
there are genuine
there are valid fucking complaints. The Last Jedi, has entire characters that you could cut wholesale from the movie, and it would be a dramatic improvement. But what do people decide to complain about? Luke Skywalker changing over the span of 30 fucking years. Imagine the concept of a person undergoing changes or making mistakes. Oh, he's acting differently than the last time we saw him. Oh, holy shit. Yep. Oh, he did a thing that was out of character. Oh yeah, imagine someone in a moment of, heated passion doing something they normally wouldn't do and express immediate regret about.
And let alone out of character for this character 30 fucking years ago. You're a different person after 30
And also, no it fucking isn't! Did you watch the fucking Return of the Jedi where he flips the fuck out and starts beating Darth Vader to death? Like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck are... Like, again, instead of focusing on one of the actual valid flaws that exist in the thing, you decide to make up something to complain about.
Exactly.
Instead of talking about, like, classic Sonic's physics, which is definitely not great. People have complained about that, and I agree with it. I have my idea of, I think this is why they decided to make it that way, but they clearly fucked up. Like, I can see what they might have been going for, but they did not succeed.
Yes.
There is clearly, like, this is actually a detraction.
That is the definition of something being bad. They tried to do something
and
it
they
didn't
failed.
work.
Exactly. But what do people say? It's linear. Sonic
Yeah.
Forces is too linear. Number one, what do you think that word means? Explain to... It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Explain to me what you mean when
Yeah.
you say linear. And then explain
Why
how something can
that's
be
supposed
too linear. What it's not linear. Can something be not linear enough
Life
by that
is
logic?
linear.
And then, furthermore, explain why linearity supposedly is a bad thing. You're clearly saying it as if it is a criticism or pejorative. Explain then, legendary purring engine, explain then why linearity is supposedly a bad thing.
Yeah.
And then kind of explain to me how it is you are apparently implying that Sonic Forces is somehow more linear than previous Sonic games.
Explain how it could be made better by making it less quote-unquote linear.
And like, how is it too linear?
Yeah, what does
like,
that mean?
All of the Sonic games are fucking linear! What the
Yeah.
fuck are you talking about? That's why, again, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because linear, as far as I understand the definition of the term, all the Sonic games are linear. You start at point A and end at point B.
Yeah.
And you get there by going in a straight line. The only Sonic game I can think of that you could consider to be non-linear is maybe Sonic CD, but even then, the point where you start and the point where you end is still a fixed fucking unit.
I mean, at the end of the day, the era of GTA clone is over. Like, every game doesn't have to be open world anymore. Your made-up criticism is even outdated. I remember once I saw on the internet, it was on Quora or something, maybe this was a while ago, where someone was, I don't know where they were from, but they were making fun of America, and they talked about wrestling. And I was like, dude, you're about 20 years too late for that stereotype. Like,
fuck?
wait, what? That's not popular
Wrestling.
anymore.
Number one, Hulk Hogan's not been around for a long
Like,
time.
what? But
Number
it's
two, other countries have wrestling now.
Yeah. But it's
Mexico.
Your stereotype, like, criticism isn't even in date.
Yeah.
Every
It's
game has to be
it's
open
too
world.
linear. Like,
That's not even
like,
a thing anymore.
Fucking 2009 called. It wants its fucking, like,
Simpsons Road Rage.
Game Informer
Yeah.
fucking levels of fucking debate back.
Yeah. Everything is.
And, like, I don't even, like, I don't even...
Platform.
Again, by my definition of linear, which is the level starts here, and you have to end it here,
No branching paths.
and it's a straight line. I don't even
Rail
think of fucking GTA games as being non-linear.
Yeah,
They have an
exactly.
open world,
Yeah.
but when you start a mission, this is where you start, this is where it ends, this
Yeah.
is what you are expected to do to reach that point.
There is a story with a beginning and an end.
Yeah.
Just because you can wiggle around in the story doesn't mean it's non-linear.
Like, if you want non-linear, I think of games like fucking SimCity.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Crusader
Sims.
Kings, or fucking Europa Universalis.
Yeah.
Complete sandbox games where you're given no direction.
Yeah.
Or like Mountain Blade, where you're giving no direction
Minecraft.
no goal. Minecraft is a perfect example of a non-linear game. Like,
Yeah.
just you're dropped in, just do whatever
the
you
fuck
want. That is purely non-linear.
Yeah.
Games like Skyrim have a direction that you're meant to follow, but you can complete it in whatever way you want. You can bring in any kind of weapon. You don't have to. I mean, like fucking Fallout 3, maybe you do, but like, but I mean, like, if you think of Skyrim, like, go into any given story mission in Skyrim, you can fuck that up. You can just do whatever the fuck you want to get those missions finished. So, like, that I would say is like it's a guided experience, but there's non-linear methods of engaging with that experience. But platformer games are the single most linear type of game you could possibly imagine.
Yeah. How would you make a Sonic game that isn't linear?
How would you make a non-linear platformer?
Yeah, how would that work?
So, like, again, the burden of proof is on you to explain what the fuck you're talking about when you say non-linear. Explain how something can be too linear.
Yeah.
Like, how is Sonic Forces quote-unquote more linear than previous Sonic
Implying-
games?
Implying it's not a binary thing. It's a
It's a
spectrum.
scale, yeah, like, like, not linear enough, just perfect amount of linearity,
a little too
linear. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah. I mean, it
And then
doesn't mean
explain why
anything.
linearity is a bad thing. How is something being too linear bad?
It doesn't mean anything.
You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
It's just a thing to say with an angry reflection.
Like, Sonic Forces is bad. Oh, is it because, like, it's kind of disappointing we didn't fight Shadow or Chaos, or Metal Sonic kind of just had a recycled boss fight? Like, one of the boss fights with Infinite is just the recycled version of the boss fight with Metal Sonic. No, it's too linear!
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's just an attempt to dress that up in something that sounds smarter.